Previously on Survivor La Plata. Nicola worked to cover up her move against Danny.
Okay, so where I'm at right now, I'm with Danny, and I'm with Jolene. Jolene knows I'm working with Danny. I told Danny that Jolene doesn't know we're working together. So I have two things going on. I think I did a pretty good job of convincing him.
And on Pagong, Shubal made a game-changing discovery.
I start digging, and I feel this papery thing, and I find this nifty-looking thing. I mean, I plan on bringing this, using this at the Final 5 Tribal Council, or the Final 6.
At the Immunity Challenge, both tribes learned that they would be going to Tribal Council. When Shubal won the Balloon Stomp competition, his partner Alex also was given immunity. And Shubal also won the ability to give an idol clue to someone on the other tribe.
So basically, I was planning on telling Alex, making sure that he wouldn't give the idol to Danny, because Danny could be a big factor in this game, and hopefully after the merge, I can add Alex to our alliance.
With Tribal Council looming, Clark and Nick had a planned target.
It seems like Nick wants to go after Nasheen next.
Nasheen is probably going to be the popular choice to go.
It doesn't help that she doesn't show up to any of the challenges, that's for sure.
But both Kyle and Steph had different plans.
Apparently, I've been confronted by Steph about possibly taking Clark out. So apparently everybody wants to get Clark out.
Clark was like, I promise you to get to the merge. Like, I'm like, that doesn't mean shit. He's like, once it's a merge, it's a free-for-all. I'm like, you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
At Tribal Council, the coup to overthrow Pagong's leader Clark succeeded.
I'm sorry to do this, but goodbye.
And Clark was sent home stunned. With two power players overthrown back-to-back, what will Tagi do with their Tribal Council? 17 are left, and only one can survive. Who will be voted out tonight?
So I've established my final three, and it's going to be me, Victoria, and Stephanie. I'm roommates with Stephanie. I tell her everything, and she tells me everything. If she were smart people would think about the merge. Stephanie and Victoria are smart. Yeah, I think I'd pull in Jolene if this kind of helping each other out thing goes well. I mean, I had this thing with Jolene where she gave me the idol clue, I gave it back to her, and I saved her ass from going home from that second Tribal Council, and she knows it, and I know it. I put it in plain terms. I'm like, I'm saving your ass right now. So I think we have a good, based on reciprocity. I went to look for the clue.
About to find this idol, motherfuckers.
I'm on my search for the stupid community idol.
Look at me swag walking. If I don't find it, you're not putting this anywhere. Except for in the bloopers. My Maryland's one sport in your mind. Is watch with defense over this thing of safety, dig deep in your soul. Steve! Cause his visage is watching over this shit. Alright, here's that stick, dude. There's fucking a lot of sticks over here, man. Not far from the sea. A blustery night to find an idol.
This guy who like worked in here was trying to give me ideas, and he like showed me this one. So, as you said, it's probably like directly near it. I'm gonna go look at all these freaking bushes. I will know it when I see it, right?
I think you buried it, or someone else found it, because I couldn't. There's only so many places it could be, so I kind of gave up, got frustrated.
There's the stick. Ta-da! Found it. Tennis ball, right? Somebody fucking took it, dude. You're a bitch. I'm about to get all muddy. Dude, if Alex and Jolene found this shit when they came, I'm about to flip out. Somebody clearly fucking dug this shit out. Dude, I'm not coming to the reunion if I don't find it. Somebody clearly already dug it up and they didn't cover up their fucking... Who could have gotten a third clue? Right under Stevie Blake. Alright, well, Vital has it found. Turn off the video. We're done.
If I can't find it, no one can. That's my theory. Oops. I asked Jolene, and she's like, Grace, why not? I'm like, hey Danny, what are your thoughts? He was like, I don't really know. What are your thoughts? I'm like, I talked to Jolene, gave him this lie that we have a class together, and so we talked. Total bullshit. And I was like, okay, Jolene's thinking Grace. And he was like, that's a possibility. Jolene said Grace, I told Danny Grace. But Danny's like, make sure Jolene doesn't know you and I are working together. I'm like, yeah, okay, I got you beat, don't worry about it, but she totally does. We're planning on voting Grace out. It's an easy vote. I feel like she's not really playing the game right now, or I haven't heard anything. So, I'm trying not to ruffle any more feathers. I just want an easy vote.
I know the guys had a thing going where they were all talking to each other and pretending like they weren't. So the girls were sitting here kind of in a panic, each trying to figure out who they wanted to vote off. 5 minutes before tribal, we still had no idea, and everybody was supposed to meet in the lobby at a certain time, and we got down there and every single guy was late. They were all at the gym. They strolled in pretty much at the same time with their smoothies, had to go upstairs and change still, so we were like, oh, well, we got 5 minutes to chill, so we'll just talk. And I think it was me and Jolene who looked at each other and were just like, you know, we have numbers.
Well, it started because Nicole and I had kind of like decided that we were going to work together, and we talked to Cassie, and I forget how it came about, but we were kind of thinking about voting out Grace, and then Cassie didn't want to vote out Grace.
There's pretty much what I would call the one switch rule, where in your individual tribe you get to switch once, and as a merged tribe you get to switch once, because if you're switching too frequently, you look either flaky, indecisive, or just plain schemer, backstabber. There's going to come a point when you realize your alliance isn't going to hold true, or that you are going to be the first one voted out of your alliance because you are at the bottom of the totem pole. So sometimes strategically you do need to evaluate where you stand and evaluate how everybody else around you probably feels, and if you think that there's an opportunity to switch ship and shake things up a little bit, that can happen.
And then she brought up maybe we should vote out a guy, in case, like, because we don't want to keep voting out girls and have them just like pick us off. And so like that made sense.
I'm sure like they're planning pretty much to like strike down every girl at that point, and I just happen to be the next one. There could be other reasons, I don't know.
And then we brought Flannery in because like she was kind of like out of the loop at that point. But then we brought her in and we were like, we're gonna vote out a guy, and we were thinking about just voting out Alan, but then Flannery, she said we should try and split up Danny, Alex, and Doug because she felt like they were gonna be like sticking together. And that made sense to us.
It was Cassie's idea to vote off a guy, like have the girls all vote off a guy, but they wanted to go for Alan, and I was like, no. Way back when Meredith was still, it was like first week when Tagi lost, Meredith, him, and I were like, we'll watch out for each other. Well, I originally wanted, Alan.
Flannery didn't want to vote for Alan. We thought it was just because she thought he was a good player, but it's because I guess she's good friends with him.
I think Doug, Alex, and Danny were like a tighter group of three, so I was more interested. That's how I like told the girls like we should get rid of one of those three as opposed to Alan, because like that would be like a little bit more helpful. Alan isn't as much in the alliance with Doug and Alex and Danny as much as Doug was. So it'd be better to strike out kind of that like triumvirate early on in the game. Using that logic, I wanted Patience to go.
Alex had an idol, or had an immunity necklace, and
I think Alex would have gotten voted out if he didn't have immunity.
The way I got immunity was very lucky, and like I guess that's, you know, lucky is a big element in the game.
So with Danny, I feel more comfortable with Jolene right now, only because I know that I have to be careful what I say to Danny, because he could easily figure out that it was me who voted for him. So I'm walking into this tribal council thinking there's going to be some votes for me.
He's done a fantastic job leading that tribe in terms of organization, morale, just like everything. So it was all very last minute, but like I kind of had like a big hand in what ended up happening.
I asked a select few girls why would they do that, but I didn't have much time because I found out like literally as we were heading to the challenge or to the tribal council. I don't want to try and change somebody's opinion if they're set on it, because then that'll just make me look more of a target than I need to be. So I just sit back and then reevaluate the choices that I have based upon what other people are set on.
no one had really decided who they wanted to vote for, and the opinions were all over the place, and so we were like, oh well, who should we vote? The guys in general should have been on time that day, and they would have definitely had numbers, because we sure as hell didn't know what we were doing.
Hey Sheen, I don't know if you know, but I don't do confessionals, so just letting you know again. Grace, I'm sorry, it's nothing personal. I'm voting for Grace because I'm not sure how she voted last week. Sorry, Grace. Sorry.
Alright. Strategy behind this one. Right now I just want to keep people on our tribe that provide something for us. I didn't show it to you, but I voted Greece.
I'm voting tonight solely on strategy and on keeping the numbers in our favor, so I'm sorry, Doug.
Okay, you know what? This fucking sucks. I feel like I got kind of backed into a corner with this one. I feel so bad. I feel so bad because I don't want you to go home. Sad days, literally tears. Sorry, Doug. I'm so sorry. You guys suck. I suck as a person. This one was hard. I didn't like this. I didn't want to do this. I'm really sorry. You're a really good person, and I really like you. You're fun. But the whole you, Danny, and Alex thing will probably be our downfall. Sorry, Doug. You're a great player, and I know you'll shoot your name, but gotta say little.
That was really surprising. Honestly, when it went to 4-4, I thought it was either going to be her, no offense, or be a tie. I didn't see 5 people voting for me, but it's business. I mean, it's all strategy. We screwed people over the last 2 tribals, and sorry, K-Tom Meredith. So it's kind of funny. It'll be interesting to find out who organized the movement to get me off. Obviously, I tried to be an alliance and get Grace out, but didn't work too well. And I guess that's about it. Gucci. I guess I'm out of the game.